Alright, Guardian Supreme, this is our weekly guide to the Nightfall with the Warlock. If you need a Hunter or a Titan, look in the description box below. Also, if you're looking for a Challenge of the Elders, I'm only doing a Hunter guide this week because I'm sick, which is why I sound like crap right now, and I apologize for that. Next week, hopefully, I will have all 3 character guides out there for you. So, this week's strike, as you can see, is obviously Taniks Perfected again. So, let's go ahead and get into the modifiers and we'll hit up the guide. Alright, modifiers are Arc Burn, arc damage from any source is greatly increased. Solar Burn, solar damage from any source is greatly increased. And Void Burn for the rainbow burns. Ironclad, more enemies have shields. And then the first ever Daybreak, the darkness grows stronger and so do you. Form a fire team of 3 and unleash your light with greatly increased ability recharge. You're not going to see this one for 4 weeks, so about another month you'll see this Daybreak. So have fun with it. Maybe try and get all of your ability kills with it for your book, your Age of Triumph book, for each of your classes, so keep that in mind. And this is not our setup. There we go. Here's our setup for the week. Of course, we're going Jalo Supercell, a high impact sniper of a different than Arc Burn, and then whichever one you don't go with, you want all 3 burns, obviously. So that's what we're going with. Sunbreakers, which you know what that means. Hey, I finally got that upgraded. You're going Touch of Flame. All grenades ignite enemies, causing damage over time. Viking Funeral, targets afflicted with ignite take more damage from all sources, stacks up to 3 times. So unleash those grenades. Flame Shield, self-res, obviously. Focus Burst, or whichever jump you're most comfortable with. And of course, solar grenades. Let's go ahead and get into this guide. Alright, so as soon as you spawn in, go ahead and book it all the way through. If those streakers hit you, they will hurt. They hurt so bad. So go ahead and just run straight through if you can. And then you should have your super up by the time you get to these enemies. If not, it's not a big deal. What you're going to want to do is just spam the hell out of your grenades. The entire strike, that's pretty much what it is. As long as you got grenades, you should be throwing them. So you also get bonus points, which is important. Just be very careful. Obviously, if you're running self-res, you can be a little less careful. Go ahead and get whatever ammo you can, and then move on into the next room, which you're just going to run straight through. But there are turrets, before I forget, so take that one out, go ahead and run into the next room. I wouldn't advise running past both of these. That one that I'm shooting right now gets me every single time I try and just skip it. So just run straight through, and then you'll get into the first Taniks encounter, which is actually pretty decently easy with this setup anyways. So go ahead, there's a guy back there. Let's go ahead and throw another one right there, and then you're going to want to take out those Siva clusters and take out that guy. Spam your grenades. There's another guy in the far back behind that Siva cluster, just to the back right side of the doorway in the back where you see me throwing that grenade. There's a guy behind there. And then there's going to be 3 on the far left. So just get those guys, and then the additional adds should spawn in. Just throw a grenade in the middle where you see him running. And then pretty much just do that until Taniks spawns. And then once Taniks spawns, go ahead and just keep throwing grenades at him. If you're using Gjallarhorn, that's great too. Just keep going back and forth in between cover and this doorway. Even with self-res, you don't want to waste that or take a chance at having to start this encounter over.
Taniks. How is that possible?
Maybe Taniks was more machine than we thought. He's not alive. Perhaps he never was. Taniks' jamming field is still active. We'll await your light on the other side.
Alright, so with the second one, second encounter, I like to just shoot that thing. You're going to want to run into the middle, throw a grenade right there, throw another one right there, it'll help you out. Hopefully the ads actually spawn in while you're still out of grenade active. Maybe wait a couple seconds to throw that first initial one at the door. And it's pretty much just keep doing that. Keep throwing your grenades over at Taniks. And he will eventually despawn. And you can see I'm just using heavy to try and get him out of there. He does take longer in this room, it seems like, than any other room. Just be careful of ads running up on you. They do arc damage with their melees, so be very careful of that. And then, yeah, we'll get into the tank. Alright, so once you get here, just go ahead and spam grenades. Watch out for those shock cannons. I believe there's one this time around, and then there's going to be two later on, so just be wary of those. But once you do that, hold on to that shock cannon and just throw your grenades. You want to use that shock cannon against the tank, because it does some pretty massive damage. So there we go. Be careful, because once that tank spawns, there's also going to be two spawn areas there, and then the one just to the left, which you can't see right now, but there's going to be a solar cannon on the upper right, and then that captain right there is a major, so be very careful of him. Make sure you grab that cannon before it leaves, because it will despawn, and then just make sure you shoot it again at the tank. You want to do as much damage as quickly as possible, and those cannons are a very fast way to get that done. So just like before, just watch out for ads. They will spawn in. There are some hive, but they're going to get wasted pretty quickly. Just spam your grenades down there. As you can see, these guys are just getting wasted. Once you get to that bit, there will be some exploder shanks, so just keep an eye out. Throw some solar grenades if you have to. They will help guard off those. They will go up these stairs, so just be aware of that. But a couple of grenades should melt them or keep them away. Either way, just kind of keep an eye on your radar. Now, if you find yourself getting blasted a lot, what you can do is jump up above that cover that we were just at and throw a grenade. And that tank will focus where he last saw you, giving you an opportunity to run down that hallway to the left and maybe throw a grenade or two, or a Gallahorn shot, or whatever. Like you see me doing right here, I just throw another grenade. But you just want to be throwing grenades, doing as much damage as possible. Make sure you hit those crit spots when his neck is revealed, and yeah, it should be a pretty decently quick fight through. Alright, so with this spawn, throw both of your grenades. Respawn if you have to, self-res. Hopefully you have it. Be very careful. As you saw, he took me out very quickly. I didn't do a whole lot of damage on him, so he is going to be around that corner. Just throw your grenades. It'll move him around very quickly. And it'll also stop the spawning enemies from coming at you. As you can see, they're just getting melted before they have time to really even think. So, but once you get into the Taniks fight, very easy. He's going to spawn up on that stage in the middle of the room. So go ahead and throw both your grenades if you have them to get maximum damage, and then pretty much just keep spamming grenades, taking pot shots. You want to stay behind these like big computer screen things for cover. If you have Galahorn, that should work pretty decently quick. This is actually a decent spot to switch over to Galahorn just before you start this encounter, actually, because there aren't going to be any arc shields or anything. But once he spawns the Siva clusters, go ahead and run down here and then just spam that doorway with grenades. They usually don't go up to that stage on the far right, but because I was a little slow getting over here, and then they saw me run over to the right, they are going to spawn there, which is a little unfortunate. But just be careful of Taniks. He can get you with some splash damage, which is why you see me standing so far away from the gateway. But go ahead and take out all the ads and then all of the Siva clusters, and then you can actually stand up in that middle stage and head glitch Taniks, which makes that bit very easy. And once you do that, the third Siva phase, I believe it's the third one, the one after this one, we'll just call it like that. I can't think straight right now, but he's going to spawn in behind you, so be very careful of that. What you want to do is go back to that first safe area where you see me kind of looking at right now. Just go ahead and take him out. It should be pretty quick. So once he spawns, teleports, go ahead and run back up here. Now in this ad phase, whatever you want to call it, there's going to be like 6 or 8 servitors. A couple of solar grenades do take him out pretty quickly. Not all the way, you will still have to put in some shots, but for the most part, these solar grenades are going to melt these guys. So just go ahead and focus on these servitors. As you can see, I got 16 minutes, so you should still have a pretty decent amount of time left as well. So go ahead and take out all of these Siva clusters while you're doing it, because you're going to stay up here for the rest of the fight. But so just take out the ads, take out the clusters, and then we're going to go up on the left. Now it's the left-hand side stage where you see me kind of pointing at now. We're going to go up there and head glitch Taniks some more with grenades and the Jalo supercell. Very nice, very quick, very easy to do. Alright, so once that damage phase is done, go ahead and go back here. Now you can throw a not a cluster grenade, damn, a solar grenade at the doorway, that first doorway that we were originally spamming grenades with, because that's where a bunch of ads are going to spawn in. There's going to be some spliced, I don't know what they're called, stealth vandals, there we go, and exploder shanks. That will, usually they go and run down to the middle of the room, but sometimes they will come at you. So just be very careful. Like, see right there, they were going to run right past me, but didn't. There we go. You can just kind of glitch them into your grenade. And then just, you know, spam Taniks with grenades once you get all that done. Heavy weapons, whatever. Self-res coming in clutch. And yeah, so we'll show you what I got from this one. As far as rewards go, I try and go through the sunrise bounty. Forgot to do that last one. I just got a fusion rifle, nothing great. But I also get the cloak of Taniks from the chest. And yeah, so I hope you found this guide useful, informative, helpful, whatever. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Look down in the description box below if you need a Hunter or a Titan guide. Those will be up as I get them. Hunter is already up. And yeah, share this video with your friends, and I'll talk to you later.
We can come back for them when you're ready. Let's get you home.